Just looking at the faces of both players there, something struck home, Fraser. Appearances in finals of WTT Champions events don't come along that often. They know what's at stake here. This is massive for both.
Yeah, Calderano looking for his second Champions final appearance after Incheon. He defeated Fan Zhendong and lost to Liang Jinkun in the final. But this is really uncharted territory for the surprise package, Anders Lind. What an event for the day. Doesn't want it to end here, though.
2-1. No, it's really interesting to see how this one plays out. He credited Linus München, his coach, with getting him through that match against Lin Shidong. And it'll be interesting to see just what happens tactically throughout this one in terms of how he changes up.
Didn't he say he wouldn't even be top 200 without his coach?
He did. He did. I mean, he's a colourful character, but he just said, I'd be nothing without him outside the top 200.
So a very difficult man to tame. Anders Lind.
2-3.
Calderano's going to have to be at his best here. The third from Brazil, despite being the favourite, despite having won the World Cup here in Macau, doesn't want to try and put too much pressure on himself, even though he is the favourite.
3-all.
It was something of a shock the way he exited in Malmo, wasn't it? To him, to everybody.
Shock. A real headliner. Benedict Due to take a bow. No one had beaten Calderano in straight games in over a year.
And now Lind will have had relatively short time to prepare for this one, but he's a known quantity as Calderano. I think you said something when we were coming in to begin working on these semi-finals today that stuck in my memory. You said that in terms of the quality, technically, of that match that Lin played against Lin Shidong, you thought it might even have been better than Truls beating Shidong in Sweden.
Yeah.
Why so?
The number of outrageous shots that Lin hit was more than the number of winners that Morregard hit against Lin Shidong. I know it's not all about winners, but I think overall it was a higher quality match. Of course, with it being in Asia, there wasn't that factor of Lind playing in front of his home crowd supports like Truls had. And I'm not taking anything away from the Swedish magician when I say that. That was a historic win, of course, the first ever European to win a smash. There's something about these Scandinavians, Jump.
Yeah, and that's a good point you make about it being away from home as well, a long way from home.
6-4.
For Anders Lind. He did it, as you heard when we played that little clip of Match Point.
And he did it last year.
Against the fans.
Exactly. He did it last year against Wang Chuqin at the China Smash. He beat him as well there, so... this guy, on his day, can beat anyone. We know that. Calderano managing to shut him down quite well here in the serve-receive game. For me, the longer the rally goes on, the more I fancy the thrill from Brazil, who lives and breathes in that department.
And Calderano has felt for some time now like a major title waiting to happen. Yes, we've seen it away from WTT. He's managed to produce remarkable results. But in this general shift we've seen away from Chinese dominance to a more democratic tournament shake-up in most of these events, he's leading the way, isn't he? He looks the most likely.
Yeah, by far. He won big at the World Cup. He is someone who can win any event. We're we're nearly talking about a world champion here. Got to the final in Doha. But yeah, he would love some more success at WTT events, that's for sure.
Anders is just going to make a little adjustment right now. And there he is. More proactive, that's where he's good, on the front foot.
Fearless Anders Lind. He'll try anything at any time. He knows how to jam you up, he's crafty. We've seen how much power he has, but Calderano here with 5 game points.
Very good start by the Brazilian. Very, very good indeed. Oh no! Anders Lind looked as if he'd engineered. Well, if you're going to try and get yourself fired up, that's a brilliant way to do it if you're Anders Lind.
It's amazing how for quite a slender guy he can produce so much power on both the backhand and forehand. Great timing on his shots. Tried it there. All Calderano do was to try and push that one back. It was a really, really heavy push initially from Anders Lind. He can take the ball later as well. He can wrap around balls, hook balls.
1-2.
Not quite, but that's what you're going to get. He will always take the shot on. Whether or not he gets the result, well, that's another matter.
He makes it a really, really good guessing game between the long fast serve to middle. Gets away with that one a little bit there. Lind apologises for it. But he plays the long one to middle with side spin and backspin. He can go kicker. He can go half long, wide forehand to set up his forehand counter. And it's the same toss. So he really has to make it a guessing game. Otherwise, Calderano will be too good for him.
That was too good for him then. Right down the line. He couldn't have put that any wider, Calderano.
Empty serve. Tough to really push with a lot of backspin, that floater. And Calderano's all over it like a rash.
Once again, he went the same way, just inside out, looking to drag Lind around the side of the table, but didn't quite get the result he wanted.
Tough to say who's better in the touch play. If these two would have been meeting a few years back and Lind was the same level then as he was now, I would have been saying that Lind would be better there, but Calderano has really improved the serve-receive. What about that from him?
That's what you were calling for, wasn't it? He's got a lot in his locker.
How did Calderano make that?
5-3.
Oh, he throws his arms up in the air in frustration. A very expressive customer, but you can understand the frustration there. And it will go back to the point before as well.
Yeah. Left it dangling in front of Lind's nose there, Calderano. The Dane bit down, but too hard. No one really can live with Calderano in those kind of trades, John.
No. He is a supreme athlete. We speak about this time and time again. His training routines, you should check out what he does. It's just incredible. But he's lithe, he's powerful, and he will cover the ground quicker than just about anybody you'll see.
Great wingspan, incredible recovery. So well balanced. We've seen how he can even walk over to the door in a handstand and open the door with his foot. I mean, this guy
And solve a Rubik Cube on the way.
Yeah, in under 10 seconds.
Yes. It's crazy, isn't it?
He's a jack of all trades. He's a very marketable man. Most of that is because of his play. A chop from Calderano.
Oh, under the table, and now Anders Lind is looking a little bit lost for ideas here.
You're never fully safe against Calderano, are you?
He just loves... Oh, behind the back. Well, we've seen the double-handed backhand. Now we've seen that, and it wasn't far away.
Oh, my goodness me. Lind froze.
That little look up. You did what?
He played one against one Roubeau to save a game point as well.
He did. He did. Yeah, he'd expect to make that.
8-5.
But it's, all joking aside, hugely important that Lind stays in touch one way or another here. Drop 2 games against Calderano and you're in all sorts of trouble here. He's so punchy.
That was a big compound movement to make. Oh, look how he whiplashes that forehand on that pivot. It was a decent receive from Lind, to be fair.
5-10.
Such a good athlete. He clears the lower body so well, so quickly.
Great
5
activates.
game points. 5 game points. Race to it as well.
Game Calderano.
Wang Chu-Chin just did against Zhang Wu-Jin. Calderano wants to try and make a similar kind of statement here to set this up to be the final that I think a lot of people would have expected to see.
What are we going to see from the vast array of Lind tricks and shots and potential. What's he going to deliver us here as he tries to somehow fight his way back into this match?
Well, I'd have to say expect the unexpected. There's a real jack in the box, the Dane, but that one jacking him up. Calderano from out of position, playing a slower spin, a really nice arcing shot. Oh yeah.
Just caressed that back, didn't he?
Yeah.
2-1.
And he has got such a versatility to him. He can be subtle when he needs to be. He can be punchy and powerful when he needs. Such a good watch.
He plays with real style and panache.
2-all.
Like our Pan-American star, Adriana Diaz.
Hasn't she produced some new dimensions to her game recently?
Oh,
as demonstrated against Sun Ying-sha.
2-3.
Don't think he's 100% happy with himself after that. Oh.
Has he hurt himself?
Timeout called.
Oh no.
Timeout.
If there was anything physically ailing him, you had to have a little look at the lower back, the hip may be there, and then look at his movement and the first point back from the break. He's still talking, he's still firing out words at his coach. And what's so great about Hugo Calderano is that he will be mindful of what's happening at the other end of the table, and he is not going to drop his game any way whatsoever. If he sees any frailty, any vulnerability, he will continue to come at Anders Lind here. But Lind must keep telling himself that he's got that in his locker.
You know, at this moment in time, I don't honestly think there's a right-handed player that can beat Calderano, apart from maybe, you know, Fan Zhendong if he's at his very best. That's the level Calderano is playing, but in terms of the left-handers, you've got, obviously, Anders Lind, you've got Lin Win Ru, you've got Wang Chu Chin, and Benedict Duda, who Calderano sometimes struggles with. So this isn't over yet. Still early doors here. Sometimes Calderano gets stuck a little bit too close to the table. Sometimes he comes in a little bit too soon, so Lind has to keep trying to make this a guessing game. I don't expect to see that many strawberries or chop blocks here.
6-5.
One would imagine if you were coaching Calderano right now, it would be just do the basics right. Keep the ball in play.
Yeah.
Just keep asking questions. That was so well done by Anders Lind. Hugo Calderano almost stopped in surprise at one point that the ball came back at him.
The backhand bomber, the shot that helped him beat Lin Shidong yesterday from far back from no man's land. Lind able to thrive.
That's why you were saying that you relished that match so much, because you produced shots from improbable positions on a regular basis.
It was the best win of his career, and it's a tough high to come down from. A high you might not want to come down from.
He's actually tapping into it right now. He's played the last couple of points brilliantly.
6-8.
And then Hugo tries to get after that fast serve, and it's suddenly a 2-point lead for Anders Lind in the third.
He's a long serve merchant, Anders Lind, and it works very, very well for him.
And for the first time, really, Team Calderano's got something to think about in this match. Yeah, he is resilient. He's powerful. He's dangerous.
And he's wise. Nice, slow, arcing spin shots.
What a turnaround. He'd taken 6 out of 8 points before that. But as he goes for it, as he hits for the lines, there's always that margin of error.
Well played here from Lind.
Oh, he can't get that back. Wrong-footed. Even Calderano, with his powers, athletically couldn't cope with that, and that sets it up now for Anders Lind to really make inroads now in this match. 2 game points for the Dane. A strong suspicion there's a Calderano shirt change incoming. But who's going to win this game? Only 1 game point now as Calderano serves again.
Oh, he slaps it on his leg in frustration, Anders Lind. Crafty serving from Calderano. High toss. Just went longer than the line, that push from Lind.
Juice and up for grabs. Oh, this could be psychologically scarring.
I think he's hurt himself, you know, John. I do think that he's
Reaching for that lower back a bit.
yeah. Doesn't look as able to move his feet. I mean, he gave everything yesterday against Shedong to win in that 7-game thriller. Hasn't had that long, really, to recover since.
And has he blown his chance, Anders Lind, because from 2 game points down, Hugo Calderano has reeled off 4 points in the row.
1 love.
Lind put in an absolutely incredible performance against Lin Shedong yesterday, but it looks as if he might be feeling the effects of that. And he is dragging every last ounce of power out of that sinewy frame of his. Looked as if he was able to get the legs in the right position, the feet moving well enough there for those successive blasts with the forehand.
1, 2.
But everything has to be spot on now. He's got very little room for error.
3, 1.
Calderano's a past master at winning points in a hurry, seemingly easing into comfortable leads, as he could do here as he prepares to serve. That is incredible. He has no right to hit that ball as well as that, as hard as that, as well aimed as that. In front of the body, racing past Lind.
1, 5.
And now the follow-up after that body blow is one long from Lind, and suddenly it's a 4-point advantage. As I said, he can move into a strong position very, very quickly. Both serves won, now he receives. Lind has to keep believing, has to win these service points in particular.
6, 2.
And find a way of coping with what's coming across the net at him now. Will he go to the high toss? How's he going to achieve what he needs? There he is again. Oh, the net assists him there, and that might just be a big one because it's a 5-point lead now. Because all of this is pouring salt into the wound psychologically for Anders Lind. Oh, and that's going to hurt too, because that is stunning. Lind threw everything at it there, and the Brazilian managed to not just get on the ball, but hit a winner.
2, 9.
And now it's all falling apart. The wheels coming off rather for the Dane. And with that, Calderano has eased his way to 8 match points, having raced through this 4th game here. He'll serve, and he's serving for a place in the final here in Macau. He's there. It's the Hugo Calderano show that we will see later on in this Infinity Arena.